Hey. Y'all said it's Friday? Y'all said it's Friday. Turn up because it's Friday. Hey. Oh, I thought that's what y'all said. I be going in on this afternoon mix jam. But anyway, happy Friday. Yes, happy Friday. We made it to the end of the week. We are blessed. We need to be celebrating. Anyway, if you ain't cursed nobody out this week, you need to be celebrating. If you ain't snap and lose your mind, you need to be celebrating. If you learn how to humble yourself and be a better person today than you was last week, or better this week than you were last week, you need to be celebrating. You need to be celebrating your accomplishments and the fact that God allowed you to make it this far, because that's how I feel. About myself. And that is really what I want to talk to you all about today. I had a motivational in-person speech this morning, which went amazingly well. I think I visited one of my favorite outreach centers. You know, always have a nice crowd there, and even if it's, you know, just one person that I get through to, I love the interaction that I get, you know, from them personally. So I mean, I love it every time that I go out and speak and it's able to get a message across, and you know, people are blessed by my motivational speaking. So they were very engaged this morning, and they expressed to me how blessed they were by my motivational speaking. So that's always a blessing to hear, you know, someone say that, you know, I'm a good motivational speaker, and they were truly blessed by me speaking to them. And I love it. I mean, it feels really good for people to say that. But I had a conversation with one of the fellas there at the center, and he was saying, as a man, men like to be congratulated and rewarded for their accomplishments. And he was saying that I guess that is a manly thing, which I cannot speak on a man's point of view, because I am not a man. So I did respect everything that he was saying. You know, I appreciate his point of view from a man, but of course I had to put my 2 cents in it. You know, we all appreciate being acknowledged, you know, for a good job and for our accomplishments, and when someone recognizes us for the great things that we do. And it's always good to hear it from someone else. But you know, I had to give it to him how it is. So you know, the journey to success is a lonely one, you know, and I know you all heard me say that before, but it's just so true. You know, I was saying, you know, who do you think was with Kobe Bryant when he was, you know, up 4 a.m. and 5 a.m. and 6 a.m. before anyone else got up, and he was putting in work? Do you think everybody said, hey, it's 4 or 5 a.m., Kobe's up trying to make himself great or whatever? No, Kobe was up by himself, you know, making himself stronger, building up his muscles. And I seen one video when he was doing a lot of leg exercise and things like that, knowing that having strong legs is, I would think, is one of the most important parts in being a successful basketball player, which for those who don't know, which I don't know who could possibly not know who Kobe Bryant is, God rest his soul, but he was a amazing basketball player. And he did not become that way overnight. The Kobe Bryant that we saw, you know, at the height of his success, and when he became his greatest, you know, he wasn't born that way. You know, he even talked about his journey to being great and how he was not so great until he started to understand the ins and outs of competition and becoming the best, and sharpening up his skills and perfecting his craft and everything that he had to do to get to the place that he had got to. And you know, he didn't always get congratulations or a pat on the back, or you know, he wasn't born, well, we all are born amazing, so I'm not going to say that he was not born amazing, but he had to bring his greatness up outside of him. It's the same thing that I talk about when I talk about Michael Jordan. And we see the Michael Jordan that we admire, but he talks about how many times he failed before he became successful, or before he had all the fans and the groupies, and everybody started to love him for being an amazing basketball player. He had to go somewhere and practice and become the amazing basketball player that we admire so much. And you didn't get accolades at practice, or when you miss shots, and when everyone is booing you, when you got 2 seconds to hit that last winning shot, or it's 2 seconds left in the game, and it's a 2-point game or whatever, and you have to make that last shot and you miss. You don't get accolades for when you miss, but even in those times, we had to learn how to be our own cheerleader. We had to learn how to root ourselves on, even when things don't work out perfect, or the way that we would rather them work out. We got to learn how to give ourselves credit for at least trying. Be your own cheerleader. Be your own superhero. That's how you allow yourself to become greater. I was just giving myself a little pat on my back, just this week, because I'm just grateful for where God has me, number one, and then he's given me the courage and the strength to get up and do the things that he has me doing on a daily basis. And the people that some people will acknowledge me for what I do, and I'm grateful for the kind words and a lot of the things that the people say to me. But when there is no one else around, and I have to sit up late at night and write speeches, or read, or whatever I have to do, study and learn more things, so I can drop some facts when I'm talking to you guys, not only off of my experience, but I teach you guys the things that I learn on the regular basis. And I celebrate myself for that. Like even today, I sat up and wrote a speech last night. I wasn't anticipating doing 2 speeches this week, so I'm so grateful that I went from one speech a week to 2, so I know God is growing me, and he is allowing me to come before people, and I just feel it all the way down deep in my soul, and it makes me so emotional. And I just love the fact that God is allowing me to bring everything that is down inside of me, and giving me the courage to stand up in front of people and give my testimony. And just talk about some things that I have done to overcome, the worst of times, and look forward to the best days of my life. But it's not always easy, and you don't always get a pat on the back and a great job. And I have learned how to celebrate myself even when no one else acknowledges me for the things that I do. And it's not being cocky or bullheaded or, boastful, because I know everything that I do is only by God's grace and God's mercy. Even the fact that I am still alive and here to give my testimony, that is the grace of God. I just know some people that whose story was similar to mine, or people that I used to hang out with that are still stuck in some terrible situations, or or just didn't even make it, that are just not alive here today to tell their stories, and I'm grateful to God that I am here to tell my story. Sometimes I don't even think about how deep my testimony is until someone else had said that to me the other day. And I don't want people to feel bad for me, because of the things that I had to go through in life. And that's why I try not to harp on the things that I had suffered through. I really just try to talk about me overcoming and how God has allowed me to overcome. So that is the most important part of my testimony. When I am talking about the things that I'm talking about, I give a quick backdrop of my testimony, and I just really go hard on how God allows me to overcome every single day. And I am so adamant about that, about just talking about God allowing me to bring strengths outside of myself that I didn't even know I had. I had mentioned a harsh, well, I'm not going to say a harsh reality, but, the reality of it is our hardships and our hard times really uncover our true character and who we are. God puts us under pressure and allows us to go through some things so he can know who we really are. That's just like, your journey and where God is taking you. Everybody can't go with you, and I had to discover that along the way. A snake is not going to say I'm a snake, but eventually it's going to rattle its tail, or it's going to hiss, or do whatever snakes do, and that's how you know who can come with you and who cannot come with you. That doesn't mean you have to, hate anyone or resent them or, be unforgiving or anything like that. But in all reality, everyone cannot go with you where God is trying to take you. So that's just like us, and if you go through something, life is not always what you go through, it's really how you go through those things. And if you find yourself not being the person that that you should have been when you look back on certain situations that you had to go through, please learn from that. And the next time you are confronted with adversity or anything that you have to go through in life, you don't want to continue to make the same mistakes. You want to go through your trials and tribulations gracefully. So it really exposes your character and who you are when you falling out on the ground and you kicking and you screaming and you cussing and you spitting and all that kind of stuff every time things don't go in your favor, so we just can't act out any kind of way. We have to learn how to deal with life on its terms and learn how to go through the things in life that we have to go through, with dignity and with honor and with grace. And when there is no one there to pat you on the back and say good job, and you need that little push, even if you have to treat yourself to dinner or treat yourself to a new pair of shoes, and you want to say to yourself, this is because I did such a great job this week. Or if you just have to look yourself in the mirror and say, you know what, you did a fantastic job this week. Always acknowledge your accomplishments. It is a vital part of success. It is very important that you recognize yourself for your progress in the things that you do every single day. If you have grown into a better person, if you have learned how to handle situations or people better than you did in your past, acknowledge yourself for that. So I wasn't necessarily disagreeing with that young man, because that just might be his reality as a man, is that men get fueled off of accolades or rewards or a pat on the back or someone telling you that you did a great job. But even if no one tells you, what if there is no one around to tell you? You have to be able to encourage yourself. Yolanda Adams wrote a song about it. Encourage yourself. I think that was Yolanda Adams, or it might have been the Tri-City Singers. Either way, it's an amazing song. Encourage yourself. You have to encourage yourself. Continue to encourage yourself. You recognize where your help comes from, but if you're doing a great job, then that's just what it is. Like, you're just doing a fantastic job. I was listening to one motivational speaker, and he was talking about inevitability, like the inevitable laws of nature. I spoke about things that are inevitable, seed time and harvest, you reap what you sow, and things like that. And he was saying for us personally that if you continue to do a great job, then 100 times out of 100, you will have great success. Like, it's inevitable. It is bound to happen. You will grow. You will learn. You will be successful. You will be rich. You will be happy. You will be healthy. That's just how it goes. When you put in good effort, you will reap the things that you get out. It is inevitable. And if you do not, if you are planning not good seeds, if you are not doing such great things, or if you are not being a great person, or if you are not doing great things, or not working hard towards the future that you want so hard. I mean, you could talk about the things that you want, but you're not doing nothing to reach for those things, for great health or great wealth or happiness or peace in your mind. You the biggest drama queen on the block, but you talking about you want some peace. How you going to want peace and all you do is stir up trouble? It just don't happen that way. It is inevitable that you will not reap peace if you don't learn how to sit down and shut up somewhere and demand peace in your life. It is inevitable. It's the laws of nature. You will get out what you put in. So you continue to do a good job and remind yourself, I know I did a great job today, and it is a sure thing that you are going to reap amazing results off of the things that you do. It's just going to happen. You continue to do a great job. Continue to practice your jump shot. You know what Kobe did and what Michael Jordan did, or whoever else. We got the greatest of the greats. We got Oprah Winfrey. We got Jay-Z. Some of the people, Michael Jackson, who we love, some of our favorite people in the whole wide world, they had enough courage to say, I know if I keep doing this thing, I'm going to become amazing at it. So that's the same thing with us. And if you want to keep going, you have to acknowledge the fact that you are doing a great job so you can do even better next time. So it is not always about the accolades that we get from the outside. Most times they have to come from the inside too. You can teach a man how to fish and feed him for a day, or you could give a man a fish and feed him for a day, or you could teach a man how to fish and feed him for a lifetime. So don't just tell me I'm doing a good job. Tell me how I can tell myself how I'm doing a good job. So that's what I'm here to feed y'all, some greatness, so you can feed yourself greatness. So if no one else is telling you that you are doing a good job, tell yourself so you could do even better next time. So boom, there it is. That is my Friday message for today, you guys. I hope you got something out of that message. Lord willing, I'll be back on Saturday with another motivational message of the day. Y'all already know what it is. In the meantime, you continue to always stay blessed.